Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. I had the wrong thing turned on. Um, it's Monday. I have a case of the Mondays. I did not want to get out of bed today. Today we have the AC guy coming and hopefully our AC will get fixed. It is a lovely, wonderful, cool and cloudy day, so perfect day to get it fixed, right? So, of course, it is Collection Mania Monday. So, today we're going to take a look at another set of pencils. I have, well, several sets of pencils I have in my collection. These are of the same brand. They are the Marco Renoir colored pencils. And, of course, I have the 120 set as well as the 100 set. But I also have the um, squares, the square C800s, as well as the square C820s. So we're going to play with a little bit from each set. We're going to take a look at the swatches for each, and then we're going to color with them. And we will see, how well they play together. I think they are going to play together quite well. They're all from the Renoir line, not the I do believe it's the Renoir. My brain is, yeah, not the Refine. Um, these are all Renoir lines, so they are all oil-based pencils. They all have their names and numbers on the pencils. So I'm going to switch you over to the close-up camera here so you can take a look at the pencils. Oh, choo-choo. The choo-choo train. All right, so move these over a little bit so I don't knock them off the table. So it has the Marco Renoir Fine. There is a wonderful amount of color here to show you what color is in the pencil. A nice wood coating up here. It has the barcode here for individual pencils, and then it has the color 3149. So these have the color numbers. And of course it has a chart that you can match up the color number with the color name. Okay, so where did I get this from? I think here. I will take a look and make sure. So yes. The 120 set has quite a few colors. As you can see, I will go through the 120 set and then we'll take a look at the squares as well. So it starts with the pale yellows into the yellows. Now I did go through and reorganize this into color family order so that I could not go completely crazy with just the numbers because if I went just by number it'd be everywhere. All right, so we've got a nice light yellow, creamy yellow into our yellows, into our dark yellows, into our light oranges, and then into our darker oranges, and then our light reds into our darker reds, into our pinks, and into our bright pinks, and our magenta colors, into our purples, and then our dark violets, purple violets, lavenders, light purple colors, into it has quite a few violet colors. It's got a red violet, a dark violet, a dark red violet, purple violet. So it's got a lot of violets in here. Violet, you're turning from purple violet, turning violet violet. Yeah, that's it. I don't remember it very well. And then into our blues. We've got some really nice dark blues and some really good light blues as well. into our oceanic colors, our green blue colors, turquoise and azure blue, Prussian blue, blue green, light turquoise, that sort of thing. And then into our greens. Now I was surprised that for the amount of blues and purples and that sort of thing that this set had, how little greens it actually has. Because it starts here with the sycamore, and then it goes into your yellow greens and your light greens, and then into some of your mid greens, and then straight into your dark greens, and then it stops. It's got some olive greens and a couple more really dark greens. But there's such a small amount of green comparative to the purples and the blues and that sort of thing. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. But it is pretty close to the same amount that you get for your browns. So you get some tan browns into your burnt sienna colors, light brown, your ochres. I was almost about to say ochre again, but I said ochre this time. I'm getting better with it. Uh, then into your sepia, your umbers, and then into your grays. And it has a really good selection of grays. I was quite impressed with the amount of grays that this set has. It goes into your ash grays, your light grays, Payne's gray, greenish gray, steel gray, all of those things. So it has a fantastic selection of gray. And then it goes into, I don't know why this section is here and not mixed in, but there's a couple of pinks, apricot, mongoose, ash, white, gold, and silver. And gold and silver are the only two metallics in this set. But that's typical of most sets, is that you get your gold and your silver as a metallic. And those are the colors that are available in the 120 set. I also have the 100 set in here as well, but that's my backup set to replace colors that I've used up. So for our squares, let's grab a couple of squares here. Absolutely love the squares. The squares, and I wish that the entire set had this. The squares have the names on them, which to me is just wonderful. Makes it so much easier when you're telling people what color you're using. So here are the squares. This one here is one of the pastel squares, and this one here is one of the regular squares. So this one here is a C800, and this one here is a C820. They both have their numbers on them and their color names. And on the back side of here, it tells you that it's a Marco pencil and the type of square that it is. So I bought these ones from AliExpress, and I was really impressed with the way that they were laid out. They were all laid out beautifully in their color order. And in their color family and everything else. So in the tin they were just gorgeous. So I'll take you over to the main camera here so you can see the way that they're laid out. So as you can see, they are laid out quite nicely from your yellows into your browns, into your purples, and then into your, oh, actually it starts over here. Yeah. Where does it start? Yeah. So it actually starts here and it ends there. Okay. So brain's not working. So it starts off here in the yellows and goes into your browns, into your purples, and red colors, and then into your blues and your greens. And like, the one thing I really love about square pencils is they all line up so pretty. in the bag, or in, you know, anything that you're going to store them in. They just all line up so pretty. They look so nice. I just love them. And they actually lay down very, very nicely. So not only are they pretty, but they're functional. And then we go into our gray colors and our silver and gold. So this also has a silver and gold. This is where the C820 start, where there's your pastel purples, blues, greens, yellows, into your pastel orange colors, so peach, pink, into our pinky purple colors, and then we've got some reds, and blush and stuff like that. And I think I may have them all mixed together in this bag. Nope, okay. So I may have, oh, I'm confusing myself. It's okay. Let's see. So I may be going the wrong way. No. Okay, so these are also part of the C800s. And these are the C820s from here to here. So I don't know how I managed to do that, but I will go through and correct it. Somehow I managed to do that because these are part of the 48 set with the C800s. And these pinky ones here, the really pastel-y colored ones here, are the C820s. And I'll go through and I'll fix that, because I don't think I meant to do that. And I may have just messed things up a little bit. So I will figure it out. Now, the one thing about the squares is that the number order is not the color order, where with the rounds the number order is a pretty good level of color order. So you either have the numbers and the names, but the number order isn't the color order, or you have the number order which is the color order. So both work very well as long as you swatch. You know, if you don't swatch, you may find that you're having difficulty with the squares, unless you put them all back in as you use them. I don't do that. I have a tendency to just put it on the desk until I'm done with what I'm doing, and then stick them in a jar if I have a work in progress with them, or try to put them back in the bag. Typically, if they're in number order, I don't worry too much about my swatch, because I'll just stick them back in number order. However, when it comes to things that aren't in number order, I tend to rely heavily on my swatch on where things go in my bag and where things are in my bag. So I love these bags. These bags are really cool. I'll show you what I mean. Just make sure that I have. These are a 300 slot bag, and the pages come out. So you can easily get to every pencil in your bag. There is a zipper on both sides. So on this side it has the zipper here, so that these pencils are easy to get to. And then on this side as well, there's another zipper here on this side, if I can get it open, which opens this same type of page where it's really simple to get the pencils in and out. You don't have that big flap like most pencil bags have. And this side here also is velcroed in, so you can take this whole page out if you wanted to, which is so cool. Yeah, I love these bags. I have to get more. But we're not going to use that right now. We're going to go back to the Renoirs on this side, I think. So we're going to switch on over to the close-up camera, and we're going to take a look at the swatch here for the Marco squares. And like I said, this is two different sets of squares all together. So it starts with the black, the white, and into the reds and oranges, into the pinks and the light pinks, your nice creamy colors, and then into your yellows, your browns, your brick colors, into some really dark browns, and then into our magenta purples, um, cobalt blue. Now there is a couple of crossovers that of colors that have the same number or the same name that but not the same number. Like lilac is also in the pastel set as well, and jade is as well. Okay, so we've got our browns, we're going into our blues. It has a really good selection of blues for a 48 set. So it goes into your dark blues, into your medium blues, into your aquatic kind of color, our jade green color, into our greens. It has a fairly good selection of greens for a small set as well. And then into our grays. Of course, it has a silver and a gold as well. And then with your pastel colors, you have your pinks into your light oranges, into your light yellows, into your aquatic kind of colors, your Bermuda, jade. Lettuce shouldn't be here, it should be up there. Turquoise into your blues, and then into your light purples, and then of course your white rock, which is a really creamy kind of white color. And I think this one here should be up here. And at some point I will be going through them and resorting them and making sure that I've got them intermingled together, so that because I think these yellows would do really well interspersed in the yellows up above, so that they're usable together, not just individually as an entire set, because typically these two together make a fantastic 72 count set. You have a good selection of pastels as well as a good selection of regular colors, which is fantastic. Okay, so we are of course going to color this one here. This one here. Last week we colored this with the Magic Fly, and it did really, really well. And going through Magic Fly and all that fun stuff, I found that there is quite a few similarities with the Arteza, so Arteza, whichever way you want to say it. Um, so yeah, they lay down really nicely and they're very, very smooth, and they just color beautiful. I just really like them either which way. Doesn't matter what they're close to or what they're similar to or what they're copies of. I just really enjoy the way they color. So today we're going to do the ship, and of course, since it is a Pride June, we're going to do all different colors. So we're actually going to make a rainbow sea, just for the fun of it. So I'm going to pull some different colors here. I'm going to pull some reds from the Renoir set. I think those are the two I want. Let me see. So I've got number 11, which is a good red, and number 38, which is a good red. And then we're going to pull from the squares. We're going to pull a couple of yellows. So we've got lemon yellow and yellow. And we're going to pull from the Renoirs, we're going to pull some pinks too. So we're going to pull this one and this one. So we've got some reds and some pinks from the Renoirs. We've got some yellows, and we'll grab some greens. No, some yellows and some browns, because I want to do the boat in browns there. I think these two, nope, this one and this one. So we've got burnt ochre and brown ochre in the browns. And then we're going to go into our pastel colors here. And we're going to, oh, I need some greens. Oh, yeah. I'll do some greens. And so I'm going to grab I'm going to grab lettuce green and grass green. So this is one of each, one from the pastel, one from the regular. And then we're going to do a couple of purples from the pastel set, as well as some blues. And I think I think we'll use Viking and Chetwood. So we're going to use these two blues as well. And both of those are from the pastel set. And I think that's what we're going to use so far. And we'll see what we can do with all of those. There's, oh, I didn't grab any orange. I need orange. Let's grab this light one here. Atomic Tangerine for our light orange, and I'll grab this one for our dark orange, which is just orange. So I've got one from the pastel set, one from the regular square set. So the squares are getting better represented than the rounds, but it's a small picture. All right, so let's start with yellows. So we've got our lemon yellow and our yellow. So I'm going to start with lemon yellow. I'm going to move this out of the way because it's in the way of my arm. I could have grabbed the oranges from the round set, but and I'm just putting in the light color now with a fairly light hand. And of course I will go back through and add deeper colors on top of it. Let me know if you can't see the yellow, because sometimes yellow is hard to see. And my camera really doesn't like yellow or green. I don't know why. So now I'm just going into it with the darker yellow. And then I'm going to take my handy dandy eraser here, and I'm just going to go into the bumpy areas here and just take down a little bit of that darker yellow so that it goes back to where the lighter yellow is, because I wanted to see where it would go from there. And of course I have it. I have it. There it is. So I need to brush off the eraser bits there. And then we'll go back in with the lighter yellow and just blend that in. And then our darker areas down here. Like so. Alright, so there's our yellows. And then our oranges, and I think I'm going to have to sharpen these. So I've got my handy dandy doll 133, which does wonderfully sharpening these square pencils. As you can see, does a really good job sharpening those. Okay, so we've got those all nicely sharpened. So we're going to do the next one with some oranges. And I'm putting down the light orange first. Once again, just a nice light layer, and I'll come back through and darken it up as need be. Cover up all of that white spot and whatnot. Okay, now we're going to go in with our darker orange, and we're just going to go into it. Leaving the crest. There we go. And then I'll just blend it in with the lighter orange here. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you guys about. I did activate the memberships. So I have created, well, I have found, I didn't create them myself, I did find them on the internet, some different emojis that I thought were really suitable for our chats. So as a member, if you decide to go with a membership, you will receive the special emojis as well as a badge. And when I learn how to change what the badge looks like, I will do that. Unfortunately, at this point, I don't know, so I have to do some research because I tried and I couldn't get it. So I will research further and make sure. Hold on a sec. Sorry about that, guys. I have a frog in my throat. Hopefully I got to the mute button first. But I'll go through and I'll make sure that the badges are appropriate as well. But like I said, I have to learn all this stuff, so I will have to do a little bit more research. I thought I knew how to do it, but yeah, it turned out I didn't. So for $1.99 you get members only community posts, as well as the special emojis and the special badge next to your name in chat. So I hope you have fun with that, and I hope you will join me as members. And yeah, it helps out the channel quite a bit. The more members we have, the more emojis we can have and stuff like that. I will be adding other tiers. I just haven't, I have to work on what sort of benefits each tier would have. And I'm not positive on what you guys would want to look at. So if you do join as a member, I will be putting up a members only poll on the community page of what kind of things that you would like to see included in a more expensive or a higher level of membership. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. And another thing, another reason why I haven't put in a lot of different memberships is I just really want to test the waters. I don't know if it's something that you guys are going to want to do or, that sort of thing. So I just wanted to test the waters more than anything else at this point. And if you enjoy the memberships, then we'll work on different ones so that different perks and things that will make it worth your hard-earned dollar and that sort of thing because you know you know I have no idea what I'm doing. I just saw that it was something that I could do, so I figured why not. And I'm going to talk to some other people that I know have memberships enabled and see how they do it as well. So I'll be reaching out to people and making sure that I'm not completely clueless on y'all. That I try to know what I'm doing before I do it, but sometimes I just think, well, no, we'll wing it. We'll figure it out. And usually it works out just fine in the end. Alrighty, so now we're going to do green. Our green. 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 So this is going to be a very, very, very colorful, wonderful pride ship in a bottle. I think the multicolored ocean is just so cool. It looks so neat. It's like the boats riding a rainbow. It's awesome. So I've got lettuce green here. And I will say that even though it does carry the same name as lettuce green in the Holbeins, it is a little bit lighter. So it's not quite as pigmented as the Holbein. But they're still really smooth. Like I said when I did my review, they are a good alternative for a smaller set of those pastel colors that everybody seems to love. I really enjoy them. I love pastel colors too. So another one that's really, really got a nice set of pastels is the Indra that I just reviewed the other day. And that's got a bit more of a selection than the Marco pastel set has. And they're really nice too. Alright, so just putting in the darker green here. So this is grass green. Just in those darker areas. I probably shouldn't have put green right up against the red like that, but it is what it is. Too late now. Don't want it to look like a Christmas rainbow, but yeah. And then we're going to do, I think, purple underneath here. So we've got our Logan, sorry, I'm reading it upside down. We've got our Logan. And then we've got the lilac. Now I'm going to sharpen the lilac because it is dull and it's a very small area, so I want a good sharp point to get in there. Do apologize. I think my tummy just decided that it's going to talk to you more than me. Alright. Hopefully I'm still on screen. And there we go with the Logan. And then we're going to use our pink in this little tiny area here. And there we have it. There is our rainbow sea. Now we're going to use our browns and we're going to do the boat. And then we'll do the sails in the different colors as well. And I guess we could probably paint the boat in different colors, but I just want the brown there just to break it up a little bit so that you can see that it's, more than one area. And I think the browns will do that quite nicely. All right. And of course, tomorrow we will be working on our mixed media piece, so I hope you all are excited about that. I think we're going to go into some hair tomorrow. So we're going to do a base layer of marker, and then we will do a layer of pencil on top of it for the shadow areas. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. Alright, there's our browns. And then we're going to start over again with the yellows. So we've got the light yellow here. And then the dark yellow. In the shadow areas. The billow part is going to be lighter. Here. Then we can take our eraser and just give it, let's remove any little yucky bits. And then we can just give it a little bit of an erase there, right in the center, just to give it that little bit of reflection there. And then we're going to do some red. No, we're going to do some orange over here. we're going to take our light orange and we're just going to blend it. Get it all blended in. There we go. Then we're going to take some purple. And because pink got kind of ripped off down below, we're going to do this one in pink. Then we'll do some green flags. Alright, and this one, or maybe some red flags. We'll put some greens in the sky and the clouds. So this is the dark pink. Almost a fuchsia color. I didn't look at the swatch, so it may even be fuchsia. And then we've got our nice bright light pink. And then we're just gonna get rid of that harsh line there a little bit. And then we'll just blend it all together. There we go. So there's our sails. Now we're going to do blues for the sky. So I've got to sharpen these up a little bit. And I've also got to do the dark red for the flags. So let's grab the red here. So these flags are so tiny that it's just gonna, we'll do one red, one green, and what other color did we miss here? So we've got yellow, orange, yeah, one green, and we'll do one in this bright pink here. Alright. So I've got the dark blue here, and I'm just going to go around in the darker areas, like where the neck of the bottle is, where it's going to be thicker, where the clouds are. You know, that sort of thing around the edges of the bottle. You know, because we're coloring it in a bottle. So those edges where the bottle's going to be thicker, I'm going to go all the way around and just connect that all together. Oh, and I'm going to press too hard and break my pencil. And I'm going to do this. There we go. Try not to press too hard and break your pencil, because yeah, that's no fun. And I want to do a little bit down here and around here. As well. And then we're going to take our Viking blue and we're just going to bring that all together. Just like that. And then we have our wonderful, wonderful ship in a bottle. Alright. I think I've eliminated any harsh blend line. I'll just extend it out a little bit more. Just lighten it up as I get into the other blue there. Same with over here, just going to extend it out a little bit. Start lightening it up as I get out into that lighter blue. And just go into with the lighter blue and darken it up a little bit around the edges. Just blend all that darker blue in. And make it all pretty. Alright, so we're going to take some browns and we're going to do the cork. So we've got light brown here. And then we've got the dark brown. And then for our funky little clouds, we've got some lettuce green going in. Because, sure, why not? We're going to have green clouds. Because it's my ship in a bottle, I'll do what I want. So we've got some lettuce green there, and we're just going to go in with some grass green and do the edges and these little areas of darkness in the clouds. They're toxic alien clouds. Nah, they're just fun clouds. I don't like toxic things, so they're just fun clouds. Alrighty. So as you can see, all three sets blended together really, really nicely. They are a beautiful, huge set of pencils combined. Combined, it's 192 pencils all together, with the squares and the rounds in my collection. I don't know if there's any more out there. There may be even more out there, especially when you start adding the Renoirs as well, or not the Renoirs, the refines. And of course they also have watercolors out there as well, and Marco has some many different products. I really enjoy the Renoirs. I really like an oil-based pencil, so I think that I will stick with those. I do have a set of the refined somewhere, but I didn't like them very much. I may try them again and see if I can play with them a little bit more now that I know a lot more about colored pencils and how to work with them. But yeah, so I will try them again at some point and see if I can change my own mind on it. but when I purchased them, I didn't like them, and I actually gave them to my kid. So I will have to steal them back to test out whether or not I will be able to enjoy them. Um, but like I said, I when I bought them, I didn't know a lot about colored pencils, and I really did not know how to use them. They're a harder pencil, and I really prefer the lighter pencils or softer pencils if I'm using a wax, and if I'm using oil. Of course, oil always just spreads so smooth. I took off a little bit too much of that pink with the eraser. So I'm just putting it back. Just putting some of it back because I took too much off. Ended up with a hard line. And I don't like hard lines. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to switch on over. I went over the line. I made a boo-boo. There we go. So I'm going to switch on over to the other camera so you can see how this looks all together. And bring it in a little bit closer. There we go. So as you can see, it did quite well. This is without blending. So let's take our blending stick here. I know I have it somewhere. I just used it earlier. There it is. And I did buy some more blending sticks, so I'm not so worried about sharpening this one now. I was scared to sharpen it. So let's get it nice and sharp. Well, not nice and sharp, but small enough to fit into the areas that we want it to fit into for blending. And as you can see, they blend together very nicely with the Caran d'Ache blending stick. Get a really nice blend out of them. Really like that. And of course, I will add Tammy's hashtag to this video, as well as the Pride hashtag, because that's what month it is. It's time for Pride, which is always a really good month, because you get to play with rainbows and you get to show your support for people within our communities and in our families who worry about whether or not they're going to be accepted, whether or not they're going to be cherished for who they are. And I don't think anybody should ever have to worry about that. Everybody should be accepted for exactly who they are. And sometimes a lot of people just don't accept people for who they are. They worry about what they do and stuff like that. And it's like, no, it's not any of my business who you love. You will love who you want to love, and whoever loves you, and as long as you treat each other with kindness and respect, it's none of my business. As long as you're happy and you're treated with kindness and respect and mutual respect, then it's all good with me. You do what you feel is in your best interest and what's in your heart, and life will be a happy place. And if everybody thought that way, it definitely would be. A lot of people say they think that way, and sometimes you find out later on in life that not everybody says exactly what they think. Sometimes it's more to appease other people than to actually be genuine, which, is up to you. And like I said, anything that you choose to do that makes you happy, by all means, you do you. And, do everything in your power and in your life to enjoy it. Enjoy it with the person that you have chosen to be with, whether it be male or female, as long as it's somebody that you enjoy your time with and enjoy being around, that treats you with respect, that you can have a mutual respect with. It's all that matters. There we go. And as I said, it blends quite nicely with the Caran d'Ache blending stick. Now, bring it up here a little bit closer so you can get a good look at it. I think it did really well. I know it's really blurry because of the camera, but it's meant to be a distance camera. There, that's better. All right, so that is the Marco Renoir colored pencils, and those are the ones in my collection. Of course, we have all different ones available to us. We have square ones, we have round ones, we have wax-based ones, we have watercolor ones, we have oil-based ones. Marco puts out quite a few different types of colored pencil. And, if it's a brand that you want to give a try, they do have many different things available on Amazon. I do believe the Marco set is also available on AliExpress. I will say that the company that I bought the Marcos from on AliExpress shipped them beautifully. They are the best shipped pencils I've ever received. And the Marcos came in very, very quickly. So the company that I bought them from not only respects the fact that these are colored pencils and they're fragile, so they wrap them accordingly, especially coming from China, but they also shipped very, very fast. I do believe I received them within 10 days. I think was the longest that it took was 10 days, which to me is just fantastic, especially since I've been waiting for one package now for almost 40 days. So I don't think I'm going to get that package ever, but it is what it is. That's the possibility when you order from AliExpress or Wish, is you have to take into consideration that you may not receive that package. So, but for my money and for my opinion, I really enjoy the Marco products. I think they lay down beautifully. I think they have a nice vibrant coloring. And of course, with all three sets mixed together, it just makes a beautiful, beautiful set. Even if you don't have the 120 set, just the 48 regular and the Marco pastel set put together makes a fantastic 42 set with a wide variety of coloration and levels of color. So that is my opinion on it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Like I said, I have activated membership, so I hope that you will join me as a member of my Coloring Corner. Of course, there are different perks available with membership, and right now, the only membership level that's available is Unicorn. So please join me, become a unicorn, and take advantage of the special emojis in chat, as well as the aesthetics of a badge on your chat when you chat. I will also be adding some different things in the community page for members only. So I hope you will join me for that. All right, guys, with that being said, I would like to say thank you very much for joining me. If you want to join me over on Facebook, we have a Facebook page. Just please make sure that you fill out the application form in full. We don't accept anybody that doesn't fill out that application form. So make sure you do that so that we can get you in there as quickly as possible. Other than that, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. It does, I do appreciate it very much. Hit the like button. It helps me out with YouTube understanding that people enjoy watching my content so that they'll send more people to watch my content. And of course, leave me a comment. I like to read your comments, and of course, I love to read other people's opinions of what I'm doing, and it helps me out in knowing what you like and what you dislike, and helps me understand what I need to change, if anything. So please make sure that you leave me a comment, a like, or, if you're not already a subscriber, hit the subscriber button and ring the bell. I put out a video every day, except for Sunday. Sunday I have different special things that happen. And on Wednesday at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, yes, I have changed the time. It used to be 3:30, but I was running over into Recolor's YouTube time. Well, when she was broadcasting, and I just love watching her, so I didn't want to do that. I wanted to watch her instead. Not that I don't enjoy spending the time with you guys. I really like watching her from the start to the finish, and I don't like watching it recorded sometimes because then I can't chat. So, I have changed it to 3 o'clock on Wednesdays, from 3 o'clock until 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And then on Saturdays, I have not changed that time. It is still 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, of course, please join me in our live sessions of color and chat. Once in a while, I do color alongs where I will actually choose a picture and ask you guys to grab your pictures and your pencils and color with me. Those don't happen very often because I have a tendency to forget to pick colors and tell you what color I'm using. So if I do a color and a color along, I do try to make sure I have all my colors picked out so that you guys know exactly what color I'm using. Okay, so the last and final thing, of course, is to remember to always relax, color, and stay safe. Thank you all very much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed this video. And until next time, bye-bye for now.